Hey again, NCCL members. So by now you have set your password and you are logged in. Now I just went to nccl.org again. In this video, we're going to show you how to access and begin to edit your profile. This is one of the first things you want to do once you get yourself logged in. We'd love all the members to have full profiles, and when we've got that information on there, then we'll be able to interact together in lots of different ways. So go ahead and get logged in. In this case, I'm just heading down to the login form down here and typing in the password that I set from the last video that you likely watched. So I'm entering that info. I entered my username or my email address and click login. Now this is going to take me back to the home page, but it's going to take me to that logged in page, so I can, like anyone would, interact with different parts of the site from here. In this case, I want to go take a look and begin editing my profile. So I'm going to go over to these icons, and hovering over this person icon, I can take a look at member activity, the social stream of that activity, groups, members. In this case, I want to take a look at my own profile. Here is where you can find your profile. Now everything on the site really is connected to this profile, from your order history for memberships or other products in the shop to the conversations and forums and things like that. They're all tied to this profile. So I'd love to take a minute and walk you through some of this profile information, some of the things that you can do, and where to make edits. So just quickly, your profile menu underneath your name here. Now lots of you probably won't have a picture yet. We'll add that shortly. It's going to show your name, and next to this @ symbol is your username. So those who are wondering what your username is, you can use that to log in. It'll show up on the site in different places. That's your username. For many of you, it's the first name and last name. Some of you have a middle initial in there. It was based off of the database of information that the NCCL has. So let me tell you a bit about what's what in this menu. This activity stream is a feed of all of the activity that you've got on the site. I can actually right here type in some new information. I can post the status update, things like that, much like a social media site like Facebook or something like that. So it's showing me that I have purchased an individual membership, and other activity that I might post is going to be on there as well. There's sort of a sub-menu that comes up under this activity menu where I see personal, mentions, favorite, friends, and groups. I can take a look at the activity from where my username was mentioned, where things that I have favorited, activity that I have favorited, my friends activity, or my group activity. And so these will be updates, posts, whatever it might be. That's what this whole activity menu is about. Next, I'm going to click on my profile menu. This is a great spot to get started, and this is one of the things that you're going to want to do right away. I'll show you more about how to edit this in just a second, but it's showing me my basic profile information. I've also got the ability to edit it right here. We'll come back to that shortly, and a menu item to change my profile photo. I've already got mine set. So you would simply click that and upload a photo from your computer, or there are a couple other places that you can upload a photo from. I want to take you through the rest of this menu shortly. Notifications are something that comes up when you get mentioned, or other kinds of things that happen on the site. And so it gives you a little number up in the corner if you've got notifications to look at. Messages, similarly to a social site or even an email system, you can write messages back and forth on this site to individuals or groups. And so if I've got messages, this messages item serves as my inbox. I've got my overall inbox, which I don't have anything in at this point, messages I've starred, things I've sent, or I can compose a new message to someone. I want to just quickly to show you that compose part, because I can start typing in usernames or first names of friends. So in this case, I started to type in Margaret, the executive director, and that info will come up there. I can also then, as that's coming up, I can type in a subject and a message. So this is showing me nothing is coming up yet because I don't have a friendship set up with anyone yet, but that info will come in then in the future. So there's how I would compose a new message. Check my inbox, things like that. I'm going to head up to this Friends tab, and this is showing me right now that I don't have any friends yet. That's because I haven't gone and made any connections. Once you start making those connections, as you view things like the list of members, you'll be able to make friendship requests and things like that. Groups is just that. It shows me any of the groups that I'm a member of. And so I'll be able, I'm not a member of any groups yet on this account, but I can manage my invitations and my group memberships from there. The shop is actually where a handful of your information resides. I'll show you some more about that in a second. But it'll show me something that I've got in the shopping cart. Like on this account, I've got a Federation Colleague membership add-on in my shopping cart. It will take me through the checkout process, my order history. I can track an order from there, and more account information from there as well. I'll show you some more of that in just a moment. Forums are places to interact with topical discussions. So this is showing me that I haven't, via my account, started any certain topics. I'll show you more in another video about how to interact more with the forums, but this would be your particular forum if you've started any topics, things like that. Replies that you've created, favorites that you've marked in the forums, or you can also subscribe via email to certain forum discussions or certain topic discussions through the buttons there if you want to follow something more closely. Lastly here, my settings menu. This is where I can go and make a handful of setting changes to my account. So in the next couple minutes, I'll walk you through the potential setting changes that you can make, as well as where you then go to edit your profile information. So right now I've clicked on settings. That's one of my menu items. In the general settings, I can do a few things. I can change my password. Requires me to add my current password. Or if I want to change it, I can enter that right there. A spot to set your account email if you need to make changes there. The one that's currently set for you is going to be the one that the NCCL had on file. Let me move over to email now. This email shows me a number of preferences that I can simply check yes or no if I would like an email when certain things happen. So things like if someone mentions me in the member activity, if I get a mention there. If someone sends me a friend request or a group request, things like that. So I encourage you to go in there and check those settings. This next submenu item is profile visibility. This is where I can make changes to the information that is visible to people. And so you can make changes from everyone can see it to only I can see it to all members or my friends. Now on this site, all of the membership information is behind the login, meaning that not just anyone will be able to see your detailed member information. So you can change those settings there. Don't delete your account. That was one of those last items there. If you want to discontinue your membership, the best thing to do is to contact the office about that first. This menu item there that said shop under settings allows me to just make an adjustment to things that I've purchased in the shop if we want that to show up in the activity stream. So those are a few of the settings. More importantly now, I want to spend a minute going over this profile. So I'm clicking back up to profile in my overall profile menu. And right now it's just viewing the basic information that I have. So the step that you want to take is to click on that profile and then click on edit. Once this comes up, now I'm in an edit mode, and it is going to take me through editing info about the 4 basic profile groups that we have. The main 2 that you're going to want to pay attention to are basic information and additional member information. Your billing address is likely already in there, but you could make changes there as well. So right now, as it says, I'm editing the basic information profile group. This says my name. In this case, I'm going to change this to just my full name. And this is what can be seen. My primary email, this could be your work email or other info that you have. I'm going to type this one in particular. The organization name. This would be the parish, the academic organization, whatever the organization is that you are part of. This would be the spot to do that. Then a couple important pieces of info. And you're noticing, by the way, that this information says required. As we edit this thing, we want to make sure that we are putting all this information in our profile. So there is a large drop down for the diocese that we're part of. There's also a drop down to share membership type. There'll be some more info when you go in here. There'll be some more info about which membership type is the right one. And so for the moment, I'm just going to set myself as associate. If this is something you're not sure of, the office is a great contact there, office@nccl.org. Again, there'll be some more info so you know what's what there. You also want to put in your catechetical role. Whether you are a diocesan director, staff, parish catechetical leader, etc., you are going to want to set that. You can, by the way, select multiple fields on here. So if I were both a corporate person and a pastor or superintendent or whatever it might be, you can select multiple things by hitting your command or control button, depending on the kind of computer that you have. So I'm going to go click save on that info. It tells me my changes are saved, and I see that info is saved in there. Then I'm going to go click additional member information. There's some extended info to put in here. Things like the title of my position. If there's a department or office that you want to specify. If there's a website for yourself or your organization. A work phone number. A secondary contact email. And an NCCL leadership role. In this case, I'm not going to select anything. You would select one of those if you are a committee chair, co-chair, rep council, or on the board of directors. And I'll click save. Now I've got that info. And that's all saved in there. If I click billing address, again, that info very likely is already in there. Wasn't in my case, but a lot of that information has been brought over. If you've got edits to make there, feel free to fill those in, and again, hit the save button at the bottom. Once everything is saved, if I go back and click view, now I'm seeing that those main profile groups have my information filled out. So I can click on here and take a look. So that's your main next step, is after you've logged in, go ahead and get in there and check in your settings, enter your profile information, and start looking around this profile side of your membership. Thanks for watching. More again in other videos.